I pronounced the name wrong for the Hollenhund, please let me know. The first video is going to be the Hollenhund, the next video will be the Dragon. So let's get into the overview. Details. Okay, let's start off with the engine. The engine has a 500 horsepower engine. Power weight ratio is 21 to 28. Basically like 21 horsepower per ton. Forward speed is 72 kph. Top reverse is 24. Fire chance is 20%. Now the gun, it has a 90/76 millimeter. I think it's a 90 millimeter. It's supposed to be a 90 millimeter, but I don't think it is. But it has the reload time of 6.60 seconds, so about 7 seconds per shot. Aiming time is 1.80 seconds. Accuracy at 100 meters is 30.38 meters. Maximum range is 20 and 17 degrees. Depression is, let's go to the traction per second. Terrain resistance is 0.6, 0.7, and 1.2. Now the turret, the view range, like I said, is 400, and rotation speed is 50 degrees per second. Now if you actually combine that, you have a total of basically 100 degrees per second if you can go all in one circle. Radio range is 745. And here's the ammo type. I don't have any of the premium loaded in here, but this is the 2 rounds I usually loaded. The damage for the regular AP is 180 to 300. Penetration is 137 to 228 millimeters. And show velocity is 830 meters per second. Now heat ammunition. Heat stands for high explosive anti-tank. It damage 180 to 300. Penetration is 188 to 313. Show velocity is 830. And this is where the crew sits. I don't know if y'all can see that on the video because it's the model of this tank. But you got 2 in a turret. Actually, yeah, you got 2. Okay, you got 3 in a turret, and you got 1 in the hull. Now, last night, one of my friends said that this tank should get like improve crew training and improve silver making, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. I was looking for the stats for these tanks, and I couldn't really find it at the top of my head. Right, let's go into the armor. Now this is the armor profile of the tank. It says minimum overall is 38 millimeters. I think that's around the turret. But here's the 20 millimeters. Yes, those spikes in the front of the hull, it is 20 millimeters thick or less. Here's 21. It's the main structure and the main hull. And here is the thickest part of the armor. Now this is the equipment I have for it. The crew I put in here is I miscorrected. It's actually my Wolf and Trigger E100 crew, my tank destroyer crew in here. Because I really want to use all the view range, the camos factor, and everything. Now, so far me from playing this tank, it's really fast. They can get around a lot easier. But you gotta think about it, you're in a light tank, so you're very thin armor. Alright, while we're in here, let me look up the... Let me just put one in here so we can... Alright, the HE is the basically heat rounds. I mean, not heat, high explosive. It damages 240 to 300. Penetration is 77 to 108. Splash radius is 1.46 meters. And shell velocity is 773. Now you can improve these stats with your crew and equipment. So all these are just the baseline that it tells you. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the Hollenhund Halloween tank variant. Alright, time for the dragon. The Dragon is a Chinese Tier 7 light tank. It's actually modeled after the what was the tank called? The T-59G. It's a tank that's on the PC, actually on the Chinese server. It's a solid gold medium tank. The barrel and the turret and everything is similar, but this is a light tank variant of it. What I like really the most about this tank, by looking at it, is the barrel and the muzzle brake. Alright, now let's get into the specs of it. Alright, all modules. Horsepower is 430. Power rate ratio is 20.48 horsepower per ton. Forward speed is 60 kph. Top reverse is 23 kph. And fire chance is 12%. Here's the gun. If I'm correct, it's I think a 76 or 75. It's not the 100. I think it should. But here's the reload time. It's a 5.5 seconds. I mean, okay, correction. 5.50 seconds per shot. Aiming time is 2.30 seconds. Accuracy at 100 meters is 0.37. Maximum range is 720. Maximum elevation is 20 degrees. Depression is 5 degrees. Rotation speed is 54 degrees per second. Terrain resistance is 0.5, 0.6, and 1.3. View range is 390. Rotation speed is 40 degrees per second. So combined with this, you can... It's right under 100 degrees per second by rotation. I think it is 100. Yeah, a little bit over 100 degrees per second while spinning. Radio range, single range, it's 600 meters. Ammunition. For regular AP rounds is 135 to 225. Damage penetration is 109 to 181 millimeters. Shell velocity is 793 meters per second. Damage for the next round, the heat rounds, is 135 to 225 damage. Penetration is 165 to 275. Shell velocity is 793 meters per second. So it's just does more penetration. For the heat round, HE rounds, I mean, is 225 to 375 damage. Penetration is 32 to 54 meters per second. Splash radius is 1.32. Shell velocity is 793 millimeters. And the crew, there's a 3-man crew, 2 in the turret and 1 in the hull. Now none of these tanks have any like special camos you can put on it or anything, so they're unavailable, so I can't sell them to you. I'm probably gonna make this into one video. Yeah, I'm gonna make it in one video. But again, I'd like to thank Wargaming for loaning these tanks to me. I'll talk to some other YouTubers that are playing these tanks, and I'm gonna have if you want to see gameplay of these tanks, I'll have them linked below if they want to agree to it. But like I said, I want to thank Wargaming for loaning these tanks to me, and I always like this kind of time of the year for Wargaming. They always do their best. I always like this Halloween mode. And like I want to say, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye bye.